So I was talking about there my very long intro about my sleep and my routine pattern and all the rest, and how I didn't want to talk about this unless I'd gone through it myself. And what I've done for the last 3 weeks is, and I haven't missed this routine, thank God. I haven't, not a single day have I missed this routine, is I'd be asleep in bed, mostly asleep by 11 o'clock every night, no matter if it's Monday or whether it's Saturday night. By 11 o'clock, I'm asleep in bed. Hey, we're not going out. We're not going to pubs on Saturday nights anyway. So what's the point in staying up late? So I'm in bed by 11. I have my alarm set for around 7:15 most mornings. Sometimes it's 7, sometimes it's 7:30. Depends on what I got up to the night before in terms of having a few drinks with people on Zoom or whatnot. I'm definitely having a few drinks here and there throughout this quarantine, like most of us pretty much are. But the point is, I'm 90% sticking to that routine in terms of getting to bed by 11 o'clock and up before 7:30 every morning. And then the routine is the exact same from there. I'm getting my drink of water, I'm getting the dogs, I'm going out for my walk, I feed the horse a couple of carrots, I come around, walk back in, I get into my little routine before getting ready to get going to work, which is pretty much in the dining room, laptop out. I now live the office life, which is a completely different podcast. But the reason I want to talk about this is by setting my sleep routine, I'm now getting into a pattern of where I wake up naturally before the alarm clock goes off. And that is so important, because in the hour before you wake up naturally, I should say, your body temperature starts to rise. Your body gets ready for waking up. So your sleep gets lighter, your body temperature starts to rise, dopamine and cortisol get released, and this gives us energy to get up and get ready to tackle the day. That's why when I get up first thing in the morning, I get a pint of water. I don't get a mug of coffee, because the dopamine and cortisol is kicked in, which means I should have energy, natural energy already. I shouldn't need coffee. I shouldn't rely on coffee. Now, I will have a cup of coffee 2 hours later when I sit down in front of the laptop. I'm like, right, now I'm having my coffee. Now I'm good to go. I'm focusing on my work, and I might have 2-3 cups of coffee throughout the day. Don't get me wrong when I say that I don't have my coffee first thing in the morning, as in I don't need my coffee throughout the day. I do need my coffee. I love my coffee throughout the day, but first thing in the morning, I don't have my coffee, and that's because 9 times out of 10, I'm naturally awake before my alarm clock goes off, and that's because I have a sleep pattern. Now, if I didn't have a sleep pattern, or I struggle with my sleep, my alarm goes off first before I wake up. And what happens when the alarm goes off is usually we're more tired. And this tired state is known as sleep inertia. So my sleeping cycle has been interrupted. I'm more groggy. I'm not ready to start the day. And I just mentioned sleep cycle there, just to quickly talk about that. Your sleep cycle goes every 75 to 90 minutes or so. Your brain goes through this cycle of light sleeping to more deep sleeping, and then you go through around 3 to 4 cycles. 4 cycles if you're very lucky each night. And it's kind of like at the end of that 3rd cycle, the 4th cycle, your body naturally knows when to wake up. So it goes through an hour or 2 hours of just trying to get the body temperature up, like I said, release cortisol, dopamine, and just get ready to start the day. Now, as that starting up process happens, that takes around an hour or so. If your alarm goes off during that, then basically you've interrupted that process. It's like loading up a laptop, booting it up halfway through, bang, you've gone to start the stuff. All of a sudden your laptop's really slow, it's frozen, it's not working right because you haven't given time to boot up. So you need to give it time to boot up. And when we don't, we feel groggy, we feel tired. So what do? We hit the snooze button. I'm not ready to get up. I need a bit more sleep. So snooze button hit. 9 minutes later, you wake up because that damn alarm goes off again. What happens? You're more tired. Why are you more tired? Because instead of you thinking, okay, I'm going to get back into that deep, I'm going to try and rest a little bit, feel a bit better after 9-10 minutes and get up again, your body goes, well, hey, back to sleep with me. Let's start this sleep cycle all over again. So you are 9 minutes into a 75 to 90 minute sleep cycle, and you wake up and your body's like, I wasn't ready for this. I hadn't gone through my full sleep cycle. So unless your snooze button goes from 75, 90 minute plus, where you can get that full sleep cycle in and wake up, this process is going to keep happening. You're going to feel worse, you're going to feel more groggy. So what do? First couple of times the alarm goes off, you just got to suck it up. And I say this before I continue talking about this, there are times I fail when I do this. I do not get to do this every time. Even this morning, I lay in bed for around 15-20 minutes before I got up. Woke up before the alarm, knocked the alarms off, but I didn't get up. I didn't get up straight away. I didn't hit snooze button, but I didn't totally do this right. But what you should do is count to 5 and then get up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. Don't think about it, just do it. It's gonna suck the first few times. It just is. But you will get used to it. And once you get used to it, and you do it every single day at the exact same time, you will find sooner or later you are waking up before that alarm clock goes off. And once you woke up before the alarm clock goes off, you're going to feel a lot less groggy. You're not going to interrupt your sleep cycle, and you're not going to need that snooze button. The snooze button will make you more tired. Getting that 9-10 minute extra nap in bed, it may feel good at the time. You will lose the battle some days because you're going to be too tired to think logically. You're like, feck it, I just need to sleep, maybe this time I'll feel better. You're not. You're going to feel worse. Sleep inertia is going to kick in. Because that kicks in, it could take 3, 4, 5 hours to kind of kick out of that and feel a little bit better. So basically, if your job involves a lot of critical thinking and stuff in the morning, you're not going to be as sharp in the morning, you're not going to be as switched on in the morning, because you've hit that snooze button, because you've had too much, you've broken that sleep cycle. There is one way to get rid of that sleep inertia, and that is to hop in and have a cold shower. And as much as I struggle with not hitting the snooze button and lying in bed too long, the last thing I want to do is have a cold shower. So even the thought of that alone, if I've got a busy morning ahead of me, I'm like, I better get up, because the only way I'm going to be productive this morning is if I hop in and have a cold shower, and I'm going to be absolutely freezing and hate the day from there anyway, because there's one thing I can't stand, it is cold showers. Only if I'm in a sauna for 20 minutes can I hack a 20-second cold shower. Apart from that, I absolutely hate them. So definitely try and get a sleep pattern locked in. It doesn't have to be from 11 p.m. to 7 o'clock in the morning. It's whatever suits you and your schedule. Try and get a morning routine that suits you from there. I've been very lucky so far in terms of the mornings are bright at the moment. I have the space. There's dogs here to walk, and the horse and all the rest, and the farm is so cool. That's why I say I'm lucky that I'm here instead of out in an apartment in Dublin, that I have the luxury of doing these things. So you mightn't have that. Not that anyone has a horse. It's not my horse, by the way, but not that everyone has that. You're going to need to find something else to get that morning routine in, to get something that gets you up and going. And I still set 27 alarm clocks back to back, just to make sure I get up. I still have that habit, but try and get some sort of sleep pattern in. You'll feel better throughout the day, and it'll be more productive, and you'll be able to attack your goals and feel like you're doing something during these very, very shitty times. Just try and stay positive and put a positive spin on it. And that's going to be pretty much it for me for this episode of the podcast. I'm going to wrap it up right here. Hopefully you guys got something from this episode of the podcast. And please do, if you haven't already, listen back to the episode I did with Grace, especially if you're interested in nutrition, plant-based diets, bit of curiosity about that. It doesn't have to be in terms of plant-based diet, even attacking your own kind of nutrition diet things. You'll definitely pick up a few tips from there. Talking with Elaine on just what it's like to do a Thailand boot camp, to wake up and at 7 o'clock do a class and do another class at 9 o'clock and have PT 11. It sounds insane, but once you're on that mindset, it might help you to go, you know what, maybe I'm able to get a session in today now that I'm home, and I might get a session in before I start work, clock in at 9 o'clock at home, or as soon as 5 o'clock's finished, clock in there. Might help you out there with a little bit of luck. And if it does, please do hit me up on Instagram at coach_Seán C. Let me know if any bit of information over these last couple of episodes of the podcast has helped. Hopefully they have. If there's anything you'd like to discuss, let me know. Or hell, if you want to chance your arm and get on the podcast, you feel like you've got something to offer, I'm all for it, because we ain't got nothing but time over these next couple of weeks during this quarantine. And that's it from me, from Coach Seán. Take care. Now that wasn't a hard video to get through now, was it? I hope you guys got some value out of the video. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the Coach Seán channel, which is somewhere here. And hit that button, subscribe to the Coach Seán channel, leave a thumbs up. There should be a couple of other videos around here for you guys to check out. And that's all from me, from Coach Seán. Take care.